Sacramento and Noble Science?
No, there was guys from LA. There was guys
really?
from Bay Area. Yeah, we had a lot of different fences there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the top 4 was all Sacramento and Noble Science.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There was 5 of us from Noble Science Academy that competed, and only 1 of us didn't make it out of the pools. Everyone else did.
Okay, so Kyle made it out of the pools.
Yeah, Kyle made it out of the pools. In fact, I was the one that knocked him out of the eliminations. And then, yeah, Ryan almost got third. Very close.
Well, like time ran out, right?
Well, time ran out and he was behind in points.
Yeah.
By like a point, I think.
Did you guys do any like tournament specific training about like, okay, so if you're at this point in the match and you're down this many points, like you need to focus on this?
Yeah, we fenced a lot with our tournament rules. And then also on Friday nights, I teach basically a tournament prep class where it's not like drilling techniques, it's just concepts for fencing in tournaments. And so yeah, the school is becoming more tournament focused.
Now, is anybody going to Vegas end of the month?
Yeah, I'm going. Rochelle's going. So I'm doing open longsword. Rochelle's doing open longsword, women's longsword, and single stick. But she also does broadsword.
Okay.
So she do single stick too. And then we have a couple of people going for sword and buckler.
Nice.
Yeah. She was going. We got Andy going for rapier and dagger. So yeah, we got a lot of people coming from this area, which is awesome.
Let's keep going. Okay, let's do Dr. Green. Nervous, but also confident that I've trained a lot.
Yeah. You're gonna be surprised at what this athletic edge is.
Yeah, how many people gassed out against you?
I was the one that was gassed out, actually. Yeah, I have a bad habit of holding my breath.
Oh.
Because my brain associates it with weightlifting, where you hold your breath until the sticking point. And so I've gone through periods of like getting out of that habit and going back into it. And 2 weeks before the tournament, I got really, really bad tennis elbow. And so I didn't touch a sword for 2 weeks. And just lifted weights around kind of the injury, and then went into the tournament and just was holding my breath. So I was the one who was gassed out. I could barely stand, but somehow I just kept winning.
That's a good point though, man. It's really easy to, especially if if you can't just defend, and like what we do anyways, you can't just parry and riposte. You have to go after them.
Yeah, we were all kind of gassed out though, because we had to wear the medical mask, and then the eliminations was 9 minutes of fencing, where you do a 3-minute match, and then 1 minute break, and so I got gassed out, and I beat Arthur our first match, and he beat me the last 2. I couldn't focus anymore.
See, and that's where when I heard it was you and Arthur, I was like, oh, I bet that was a really interesting match, because Arthur gassed out so fast.
Really, does he?
Yeah.
Okay. Until we get HEMA added to like the high school curriculum or in the Olympics.
Which I would, as much as I would love that, I would never allow my under 18-year-old child to fence longsword. Now, saber, rapier, sword and buckler, go for it. But longsword, too injury prone.
Why, the concussion risk?
Yeah. I mean, granted, football's a lot worse, but I still wouldn't let my under 18-year-old kid fence longsword.
It had presence, but it didn't have any hole.
It's just one of those things where the sword isn't that much bigger or heavier than other weapons, but it's longer. So when you get it swinging, just looking at the physics of it, there's a lot more energy behind that point, and so there's a lot more power. Woo!
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. And the other one is heavy saber. Dueling saber and lightsaber, not Star Wars lightsaber, but just like light fur sabers.
Yeah.
Those are pretty safe. But heavy saber is another one of those ones where just when the blade's weighted accurately, it just swings like a club. So you clock someone on the upper jaw or something like that, even when the grip sensitive, they'll get KO'd.
I noticed you guys don't wear mouth guards.
We should.
Okay.
We should.
Something
The
to
thing
think
about
about,
it is that with the fencing
do
mask
crosswalk.
already,
You got your
it's
first one,
breathing can get a little tight,
Yeah.
especially when you get moving. So a mouth guard further restricts your breathing, and so it's kind of a balance with that. But to someone who is fully physically fit and has the cardio and has the oxygen in the blood, definitely wear a mouth guard.
So what's the difference between the saber and the longsword?
Sure. So
Great job.
saber. Oh, you're heading out.
Bye-bye,
Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, later. Have fun. Bye-bye.
So a saber. First of all, there's a time period
Go
difference.
for some crazy hours.
Longsword, something like 14th, 15th century.
I'm in the mindset.
Saber, 16th,
Don't have
17th,
to go to
18th,
the
all the way up to
points.
early 19th.
I'm still trying to stay in like tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the longsword is a weapon that evolved from the arming sword, which is, it looks like this but smaller, meant to be used with one hand. And the arming sword would normally be used with like a shield or with some sort of offense. Later, armor started getting so good that having a shield became redundant. And so instead of having a shield
Oh,
and a
that's
sword,
interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's why shields went away, because your plate armor
yeah.
and everything.
No, they didn't fully go away because they're still useful for against things like arrows. But in like a one-on-one duel, you know, if you're wearing the full plate armor and you have a big shield, you know, kind of like that Game of Thrones fight. LeBron is very first season, a character fights a knight, and all he can is like this light leather sword, and the knight takes like a full suit of armor, giant shield,
Wait,
and
what the
giant
hell?
sword. And all the guy
Yeah,
does is he
strike.
just steps out of the way. Has the knight keep swinging. He's like, nope, can't hit me, until eventually the knight is so gassed that he can't fight correctly, and that's when he goes into the strike. So with a longsword, on the battlefield, they're thinking, you know, our armor's so good, I don't need a shield. Let's make the sword bigger. Let's make this do more damage with the sword itself. Now, what also happened with the longsword is it started being used in judicial duels. So in duels over land or property or honor or something like that, some fights would be fought with longsword versus longsword. Sometimes they wear armor, sometimes they wouldn't. But in that sense, it became sort of a traditional dueling weapon. Mechanically speaking, the thing with the longsword is that A, it's long, as the name implies. It's really good in the thrust. You can get it really far out and really quickly stab someone with it, while also having a very nice kick that can do a lot of damage. Okay. Also, on the battlefield, if you went up against someone else who had armor, I'm sure you might have seen this on the internet somewhere. Some people would even flip it over. Now it's a warhammer. You can bash people with squillions with the pommel. You can try to snake the point into someone.
Came over.
I think you got my thumb.
I wouldn't want to count that. Double.
I wouldn't count mine. It wasn't a quality cut.
Yeah, it was kind of like, whoop.
Yeah, it wasn't a good cut.
Oh.
You got thrust.
Hey, got the optic left.
Mine was flat on the ground.
Mine had instant
Good thrust. Too many steps. I tried to go for your blade first and I missed it.
Yeah,
I took too many
close.
steps. Come on, thrust land. Uppercut.
No,
Don't take
I
second.
don't think I got anything on you.
I don't know. It was contact.
It was his incidental flailing. And then,
Yeah, I don't think I got much.
yeah, I don't think
I
you
saw a
did.
touch on my wrist though.
I'm not used to the very long after blows. So then I need to adjust to.
That's how tournaments are going.
Great shot.
Ooh,
You okay?
yeah. A little hard to top that, but
I really didn't mean to.
no, it's
I
okay.
was trying to sweep down. You okay, man?
No, I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
fine. I think you swept down and kind of bent me over a little bit.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I was aiming like at distance.
Yeah.
And you will hear.
No, I'm all right.
Okay. Need a sec?
Yeah, just catch my breath.
Ah, that was a great thrust though.
Did I get you on the
You
first?
can't put on false speed. Little hill.
Oh, I tried to hang. Missed it.